So let's start with simple routing tasks. For example, we have two resistors connected to the USB. So I will choose this route single track tool and I will do the connection just like this. And we have 0.2 millimeter width defined within net classes. Then we have another resistor just over here, just like this. Then I think we can switch to the LEDs. But here, keep in mind that we have relatively higher current passing through the LEDs, so it is preferable to use a wider track width just to minimize the losses. And as you remember, we predefined a 0.5 millimeter width track, so we can easily switch to it by pressing W key. So here I start with 0.2. Then I press 0.5. I press W key, sorry. Then it will switch to 0.5 millimeter width. And just before I connect, I can switch back to 0.2 millimeter. So let's do this process steps to other LEDs, to other LEDs. And during routing process, I usually use 0.1 millimeter grid size, so we can easily draw really fine, let's say, routing path. Next, I will route 5 volt USB. So for example, here we have two of them, just like this. Do the connection like here, and also we have those. Okay. Next, we can route these all these paths just having one track like this, but instead I would prefer using field zones instead of simple trace, because the field zones provide much larger copper area. That's why we have less resistance, less voltage drop and losses. And another advantage of using field zones is the better improved thermal performance, because since we have wider copper area, the current will be distributed evenly, so the heat dissipation will be much better. So to do that, we have to use these draw field zones tool. Okay, then we just press and we have a new tab, and we have layer front, and we have 5 volt USB. And I also like using corner smoothing, let's say 0.2 millimeter. Thermal relief. For this, I just keep solid fill, then press OK. Then we have to draw our field area, and here I would prefer using higher grid size, so we can easily draw, like align the lines. Let's say 0.5. Okay, so we have this area. Then we have to press B symbol, B key, just to have this update. And voila, we have this copper area. And also another thing what we can do, we can, for example, remove here the track, and we will draw again, but we can use 1 millimeter just to have even better performance, just like this. Okay, next, what is missing? I think we finished everything except the ground connections. And for the ground connections, the best thing is to have a separate layer only for the ground connections. So what it means is that we again going to use the field zone, but we will cover the entire surface of the PCB. So I just press again, I choose ground, and instead of front we have bottom layer, and we can also keep for the front. And here we keep thermal relief, so we can easily solder different components if needed. And smoothing, okay, let's give 0.2, just like this. And we have grid size, we will keep it, and we don't need to be so precise because we are going to cover the entire surface of the PCB, so we can show just like this. Then I press B, and we have everything filled with the ground connection. And then on the bottom layer, same, like if I hide the front, you can see that bottom layer is fully is just a one copper layer just dedicated for the ground connection. Okay, but here's the small issue. As you see, our 5 volt and ground zones are overlapping each other. That's why this 5 volt disappeared. And to solve this problem, we have to set the priorities properly. So we have a ground zone. Let me double press, and the priority level I will set 0, like the lowest priority. Press OK. Then I go back to our 5 volt USB field zone, and I set priority 1. So this one has the higher priority than the ground, so it will have, first we have this 5 volt, then we have the ground connection. So again I press B key, and as you see we have a separate field zone dedicated for the 5 volt USB. Alright, before we continue, all the project files are available on my website for a small fee. The link in the description. So we have almost done. We have a few things left on our PCB. For example, this 5 volt USB connected just like this. And also we have to connect this to this pad. Here we have an obstacle, and it is pretty common that you have those kind of problems. In that case, you have to do some changes. For example, you maybe move some footprints, so you have like a path. So in my example, what I'm going to do, I will just rotate this resistor. I'll place it like this, and then I think I can just go in between. It's too close. Yes, and we can move this even further. Yes, then we route them just like this. So next thing, what I don't like is these islands. What we can do, we can just open the configuration that we can decrease the thermal gap. Then we press B, then we have much wider surface, and we also should not forget about this pad. We can make it say just like this, and also we forgot about vias. It is important to have the ground connection really close to the decoupling capacitor. So for each decoupling capacitor, we can insert vias so they are connected to the bottom layer ground surface. Maybe just like here, And you see we have this island, and we have to connect it again to the bottom layer surface. So I will insert several wires just over here. So I think right now it looks pretty good. Then we can just extend it like this. Okay, I think we finished. There's one more important thing we are still missing in our PCB. Can you guess what it is? Of course, we don't have the borders of the PCB. So for that, we need to use this edge cuts layer. And we need to draw some lines. That's what I'm going to do it right now. And also we can increase the grid size so it will be easier to draw. Okay, perfect. Next, what I also don't like is these sharp edges. It doesn't look so professional, so I will make them rounded. So for that we will use this draw arcs tool. Okay, I think it looks pretty good. Next thing, we can also draw a circle on the same layer, edge cuts, so we have a physical hole on our PCB, and it could be useful to fix it like mechanically. So I will make it 1.1 millimeter radius so we can insert an M2 screw. Maybe just over here, and this one we can move a little bit further, so we will cover the entire PCB surface. We need to press B. We should never forget about it. Okay, it looks pretty good. I think we have finished the major part of the PCB design part. We have a few things to do, but we will do it in the next lesson. If this helped you, you can always buy me a coffee on my website. The link in the description.